It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Washington now to return. And that hit is going to freeze him at this spot. He got stuck right at the 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Listen up.
They'll start the drive with Achane. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Achane again. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game. Not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And this one will careen out of bounds just into enemy territory there.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
Taken down back at the 42.
Here's 2nd and 14. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. A lot of grass ahead. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars don't need long to take a 6-0 lead.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
Here are the Jaguars getting set for a 2-point try.
The Jaguars will line up for the...
Lawrence is going to try and throw. And he'll get in. That gives him an 8-0 lead.
That's the score. Jaguars
Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they went his way for that two-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys' security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double-teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass. Like a great post in basketball, you know how to finish.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Go ahead.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he's almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Josh Hines Allen, that time to haul him down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Tua off the play fake. Gets everything he has under this throw. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. He is stumped with authority there, but that stump came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. It's a gain of 12 there, and it'll be first down Miami.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Team.
Gain on the ground here with A-Chain. And he'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 8-0 is our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. We're back for the second quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Snap should come quicker here. It is 2nd and 10 after the penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. Oh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Throwing on 3rd and long. He's not going to escape this. The Jets drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 4th down.
21G.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Caught at the 10-yard line. Did he get there? Did he get there? I don't think so. Yeah, the refs agree. He's marked short, and this is going to be a turnover on downs. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. Into the red zone. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars grow their lead to 14-0. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. We saw this earlier. Jaguars lining up to go for 2.
The Jaguars.
He's throwing for it. And they got it. Caught in the end zone. And now the lead is 16-0. Well, they really have this defense on its heels, Brock. Still the opening half, but a couple of touchdowns now and a perfect 2 for 2 on 2-point tries.
Yeah, this defense, they're picking up the scraps. They're not doing anything well. This offense, though, they sure are. Scoring touchdowns and then 2-point conversions to top it off. You know, part of the reason you don't see this a lot, Kate, is you only have so many 2-point plays in the arsenal, and they're using them here very early.
Washington now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Ollie Gordon. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offense up to the line fast. Give to Gordon, running left. And they find him after just a yard. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and long from here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. It's the Dolphins, who don't have many options here on 4th and long. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Takes this in at the 25. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10.
Hey, run!
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Into a crowd, and intercepted. With the pick. And the Dolphins will have it right at the opposing 30 after the interception, and that return on top of it. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
It's a gain of 5. That brings up 2nd down.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
The give here on 2nd. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Third and 2, now Tagovailoa. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Travis Hunter reels in the pick.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10.
30 left. Hey, settle.
On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Hey, hey, hey.
1st down throw, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for his back, Travis Etienne then. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
Hey, 11. Here we go.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. He's going deep. Try connected with Brown, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Marshall. And the Dolphins will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
I think they were going to be grateful just to get the ball back, but now look at where they're getting it, Kate. This is already inside field goal range. I promise you this, they're going to be disappointed if they don't get at least 3 points off that takeaway.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Tua out of the pistol. And in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins chop some of the lead off before the half. Tyreek Hill the touchdown.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
And he pulled it. It's no good. Kick goes too far to the left. Point after left on the table.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
So after the missed extra point, he is still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
35-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Hey, Ron. 11. Hey, Soko, come on. 30 left.
He's back to throw. Completed over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout ticket. Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And it doesn't have the leg. They called on him from deep, but he just can't get it there. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Sanders all set to send it away. We'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now we give to ETN running right. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 19-yard line.
Now it's Lawrence. That one's complete, right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
No, they get him yet again. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And the Dolphins will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
First guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd down carry for A-Chain. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Working quickly here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Searches from the pocket. And the Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I really don't mind that call on 3rd down. Screen or a draw, something of that nature. But here's the deal. It's boom or bust. Either you're going to influence that defense with the screen, or they're going to do what they did right there. They're going to swallow it up and force the punt.
A 46-yard attempt.
Sanders sends it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 33 on 2nd down. That's low and bounces short of his man. Couldn't make that connection. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
ETN on 3rd down. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. They'll come up 1st and 10.
1st down, Jacksonville.
Lawrence working from the gun. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Hey, I'm going. Hey,
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
11.
Man in motion, headed right. He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Working inside the red zone. And the man is there to knock that away. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So that brings up second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Oh, it's a quick throw out wide. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes first and 10. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Finds him on the crossing route. Still fighting forward. And they're going to have first and goal. He's out of bounds just shy of that 5-yard line.
A gain on the play of 73 yards.
Trying to run it in. A-Chan. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Here's another 40. And he punches this one in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now within 1 score in the fourth. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on first and 10. this up the middle to ETN. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Kate, is training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Has him on the quick hitter. He gets loose down the right side. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars have a commanding 14-point lead now in the fourth. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars lead by 15 now.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Washington now to return. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane. They gain 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
It's a gain of 14.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Good momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Tagovailoa on first down. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins facing a 15-point deficit.
And inches.
In a good spot here, second and inches. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds his back, Achane. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Clock running, Dolphins will hurry to the line.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First down, here's Tua. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Darnell Savage with the pick. And the Jaguars are tackled on the return after taking the interception back to the 25.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Red on red. Don, it's 11-11. Silver.
They're going to pass it here. He throws a bullet to the center. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. Here's first and 10 from the 34.
13, look. Hey.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's set up to throw it. Here's a deep shot towards the end zone. And he's got it in close. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
First and goal, Jacksonville.
ETN takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars have likely locked up the win right there. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
36, Dolphins 15. Cam Little to kick
All
off
set for the
the
kickoff.
Jaguars.
Little with the honors. Washington now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Washington on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10.
Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Jaguars are tackled just beyond midfield following the interception.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. He's going deep this time. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT.
Must be paying these guys a day rate, not the hourly rate, because it took them just one play to answer interception for interception. We're right back, basically, to where we were 2 snaps ago, but with a whole lot of excitement in between.
21G, 21G.
First down, tugged by Lowe to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Wide open downfield. Got it! And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go.
Makes the score, Jaguars 36, Dolphins 22. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Sanders all set to send it away. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on first and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's looking deep once again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT. And the Dolphins make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from Miami.